And yes, we are back. Shout outs to us for making it back. You, me, all of us, for making it back. And if you don't know, it is your boy Kexis. That is me, I'm your boy. And today, we're going to be looking at Elden Ring Review, Dark Souls 4, or Dung Eater Edition trademark. I don't know what that means, but let's get right into it.
Hey people, Seth here. The following is highly
Whoa.
experimental and may come off as disjointed or schizophrenic. I don't care. Elden Ring, the newest hot release
I
by
don't
Hideo
care.
Miyazaki of Ghibli Studios, famous for classic animations such as Howl's Moving Mausoleum and My Invader Totoro. From Software have really outdone themselves, as this game features not one, but two crustaceans, possibly even more. Unfortunately, I haven't unlocked the ability to swim, so I cannot confirm or deny that. The game begins, and I make my character. His name? Sambubu. His class, naturally, is wretched. I did originally consider prisoner,
Sambubu.
but I chose not to. I take the key as my starting item, and live to regret it after I get immediate access to a side dungeon and get run over repeatedly by a speeding train. I chose instead to go the other way. After camping a few times, Melina comes by and offers me an accord. I turn it down because I think it's funny. I then proceed to kill Morgott and Godric
I think it's funny. I didn't know you could turn her down.
before I realize I haven't leveled up. How was I supposed to know I had to say yes? Miyazaki. Just because I'm offered the ability to talk to a woman doesn't mean I'm going to take it. I think that's a symptom of bad design.
Symptom?
Conversely, I fell for the oldest trick in a book, the warm embrace of a woman's lap, only to find out 100 hours later it's actually a debuff. What did they mean by this? I guess I'll have to consult a
What did they mean by this?
40-minute lore video to figure out the true symbology behind this item description. I tell you, passive storytelling at its very best,
Passive
especially when
storytelling.
half the characters either disappear, die, or start T-posing during your playthrough. This might bother people who believe there's a story, which is the equivalent of finding a bunch of random notes and thinking to yourself, damn, that book was wild. Halo's plot is crazy.
Oh, wait, did you see that? Michaela is a
This
dude.
might bother people who believe there's a story, which is the equivalent of finding a bunch of random notes and thinking to yourself, damn, that book was
Mahog is desperately trying to get Mequilla pregnant. Mequilla is a dude. Is that true?
wild. Halo's plot is crazy. Have you not read all the secret terminals? On the bright side, Dark Souls lore channels now have a steady source of bread for the next 4 years. I assure you, you'll know every side character better than your own family. I don't remember which war Granddad was fighting, but I do know Patches. I know that, canonically, he is circumcised. Honestly, I
Canonically.
don't judge. I still get to have my wife Ronnie. What I'm criticizing
Hey.
is the involvement of this fat fuck. Celebrated offer, helping to weave the narrative experience? Okay, let's see what this dude wrote. Sunset found her squatting in the grass, groaning. Every stool was looser than the one before and smelled fouler. By the time the moon came up, she was shitting brown water. The more she drank, the more she shat. But the more she shat, the thirstier she grew, and her thirst sent her crawling to the stream to suck up more water. I rest my case. J.R.R. Martin is the greatest author who has ever lived. He has also never finished his books. And so, fittingly, From Software has embodied the spirit of J.R.R. Martin by never finishing a single quest line. Elden
Ooh.
Ring is an ambitious platformer, and if you disagree, you haven't played the game, because half this game is jumping with a head start, or falling into a hole, into a canyon,
Yes.
into the place
Yep.
you originally wanted to, but
Yep.
accidentally jumped before doing so,
Yep.
adding an extra foot to the height of your fall, which turned
Yep.
it into a lethal descent.
Yep.
There's nothing I love more than jumping awkwardly off rooftops. But
Yep.
how do we spice it up? Archers. You love archers. They're on every roof,
Archers.
and they've got tracking. And guess what? The sewer levels are back. And this time, they're essential to the plot. Yeah, I'm thinking game of the year. Calling the mountain your game, Torrent. Absolute genius. So anybody Googling Elden Ring Torrent gets a bunch of horse pictures instead. I can't wait until Elden Ring 2 features the popular and beloved character Codex de Nuvo pre-cracked no virus. But what
No virus.
are we here?
Oh, dude.
Oh wait, I gotta take another screenshot.
We're here for the difficulty because we're hardcore gamers. Take it from me. I've already beaten the final boss, John Elden Ring, so I can give a few pointers. Have you ever used a weapon, armor, fast travel, potions, or opened the world map? I'm sorry to say, but you're playing the game wrong. This game is meant to be played level 1 as a wretch, using a single club, no upgrades. If you disagree, I'll call you a casual. If you ever hear someone talking like this,
Reminder that you didn't beat the game if you used a strength build. It makes the entire game a joke. Pictured me killing Mog before he could cast Nihil once with a Grug strength character. If you use a strength build... What? I use a strength build. I beat the game. So... This guy is an idiot if you ask me. Haha! Joke's on him! Haha!
take pity on them because this behavior is character.
Wait, what was the reply?
If you ever hear someone talking like this, take pity.
Take pity on them. Okay. Just making sure.
Pity on them because this behavior is characteristic
That
of
Pepe.
someone who stacks no paper
That Pepe is so funny. My man is pointing.
and gets no bitches. This game isn't hard, not because it's not hard, but because video games fundamentally aren't hard. You know what's hard? The circumstances of life, getting a degree, having a stable family, being born with a baby arm. You're born and
Being born with a baby arm.
an arm develops normally into an adult arm, but the other is this stunted mini child arm, which stops growing at like 3 years of age. So you're this freakish monstrosity. You'll be known around town as Baby Arm Man. And the
Baby
only
Arm
job
Man.
you'll ever have is Baby Arm stock photo, because it's harder for them to get a kid to pose for that. It's a lot more convenient to have a malformed monstrosity on standby. Furthermore, I genuinely believe that pattern recognition is a form of cheating. Your Homo sapiens brain is literally destroying the difficulty of the experience by compensatory adaptation. I hope that people consider this in the future and later learn to recognize that the truest From Software experience would be a lobotomite run, where prior to playing, we perform a frontal lobotomy and sever your prefrontal cortex. Sometimes the only option you have to preserve the purity of your experience is brain damage. Multiplayer enhances the experience. Sometimes you'll see white phantoms briefly appear. These are players from other worlds going through their own journey. Once, I saw a white phantom appear, teabagging a dead NPC. In this moment, I knew I was playing a masterpiece. Messages and appraisal are exactly how Reddit users believe karma works. You upvote, and you get actual physical nourishment from the karma. Oh look, a
That's funny. That's very funny. That's very funny.
message on the floor. Maybe someone out there will
Darth Maul's in this game.
tell me something useful.
funny.
Then you open it and read it, only to see dog butthole, closely followed by Fortnite. According to a priest,
I didn't like the Fortnite messages. I was like, Fortnite. Bastard.
story. Once upon a time, Miyazaki's car broke down in the middle of a road. This was during winter, so no help was to be found. When suddenly, 3 strangers appeared out of nowhere, sucked
Supreme.
them off, and left without even saying a word. And that's how Miyazaki got the inspiration for Souls multiplayer.
So small too. What the?
Gameplay. Flawless, stunning, effervescent.
Oh.
Just like Bloodborne was a complex allegory for sexually
Wow.
transmitted HIV, Elden Ring is a
Elden Ring.
synesthesia between seeing Swampland and remembering Blighttown, or hearing Leyendell long after you've left the capital, because my ears are still ringing from the sound of those fucking trumpets. Actual real critique. No jokes, no
Crustacean.
giggles. I think every boss should have a stake of America outside the boss room. Generally, this is true, but sometimes I gotta walk. And traditionally, I do not
This is Malekith, dude. This walk is annoying. I don't like this walk.
Consider cardio as part of a boss fight. Now, the walks are more generous than any other Souls game, but just because somebody chose
Respect.
to take a smaller shit in my rice doesn't change the fact that it's still there. Inside my bowl, steaming up my Tupperware. I would also have originally said that the death screen is quite long, but then I realized it's working as intended. You see, when you die in PvP, you have no option but to watch helplessly as someone spams point down and repeatedly defiles your dead body. My complaints are pretty mild. If, like me, you didn't realize Vigor has a non-linear scaling, it would have helped immensely.
He said Vigor has a non-linear scaling?
Pretty mild. If, like me, you didn't realize Vigor has a non-linear scaling, it would have helped immensely to know that going 10 to 20 makes no tangible difference, but 20 to 40 is all the difference between taking a blow and getting one-tapped by most of a game. I wish I knew that at the start. Luckily, this game is very generous with its ability to reroll your character. If you're still paranoid, you can back up your save at no risk. I've done this more than 100 times without issue and recommend you do the same, because despite what anybody says, there's a million ways to brick your save. I've done it. I can reproduce
To brick your save.
it's still there. Also, easy anti-cheat is a very good anti-cheat because it's very easy to turn off. My friend may have done exactly
What?
that and more. Tell me, Seth, was he punished? Is he banned? No, some of the later fights have interesting hitboxes. Not like I care. I cheesed through that shit. This game
Not like I care.
fights have interesting hitboxes. Not like I care. I cheesed through that shit. This game makes you realize the greatest companion you'll ever have is yourself. So why not make a copy? Lore before
Oh, the mimic tier makes a copy of yourself. I never used it. I don't know.
companion you'll ever have is yourself. So why not make a copy? Lore before continue
What was that meme? What?
you'll ever have is yourself. So why not make
Sometimes the side chick ain't even a chick. It's a mimic tier. It's you. What the heck? The Fortnite messages confused the hell out of Asian players. Yeah, I'm sure they were like, what? What's going on here? What WTF? Skill to cheat. I'm saying, bro. I'm saying.
make a copy? Lore
I mean, I'm glad I watched this. Now I don't feel as like less of a gamer for summoning my ghost of JD to beat Millennia into the ground.
before continuing, we have to stop and talk about the best character in the game. Dung Eater. Loathsome Dung Eater. Ferocious feaster of feces. Devious doo-doo devourer. Dung Eater consumes
I pay to enter your septic tank for an hour at a time. Ew. Some might judge me for this, but it's what I enjoy. I will pay you $150 an hour to bring my equipment in and gain access to your septic tank. I then have my associate close the tank after I have set my tripod and camera up. But believe it or not, it's a great place to reflect. What the
excrement, feces, shit even, nihilistic, and with a wicked sense of humor. His greatest desire is to eat the poo-poo, and of course, murder you and defile your dead body. I think there's a lot we can learn from Dung Eater, but as a society, we're not yet ready
As a
for
society.
that conversation. Builds.
As a
There's many
society.
builds. Strength is terrible until you realize you can power stance through the entire game and block everything else with barricade shield for 0 stamina. Going strength, unfortunately,
Wait, what? Barricade shield? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I beat the game.
many builds. Strength is terrible until you realize you can power stance through the entire game and block everything else with barricade shield for 0 stamina. Going strength,
Dang.
unfortunately, puts you at the highest risk group for naming yourself the Black Swordsman and cosplaying as your favorite slice of life anime. If I see you doing
Guts.
this, I'll summon you intentionally so I can kick you for my world.
So I
Do
can
you
kick you.
enjoy katanas? How about double katanas, each one longer than the last, using realistic, historically accurate sword
You can use Millennia's waterfall dance? You must need her blade.
techniques from feudal-era Japan? What about epic PvP compilations? Say no more. Get a
What?
River of Blood today. Intelligence.
A River of
would
Blood
say
today.
A great deal of their enjoyment comes from learning the moveset of every boss. A rhythmic dance between sword, swipe, and parry. A lethal symphony. Silenced only by
Wow.
death. Others would
Wow.
disagree. I'm confident that
Those are real players, right? They have to be. No, that's from the Coliseum mission, I think.
of every boss, a rhythmic dance between sword, swipe, and parry. A lethal
Rejection.
silenced only
Rejection.
by death. Others would disagree. I'm confident that if you ask any player running Sorcery what's their favorite boss, they'll recoil in surprise and say, I don't know any. I just sit at the back and spam Azure Comet. Faith. Using
Comet.
the animation of Catch Flame to cast them instantaneously is even better. And before you say it, I know. It's working exactly as intended. You know what else is intended? This.
Dang.
Also, this and this. My greatest
What?
and better. And before you say it, I know. It's working exactly as intended. You know what
I might have to make a faith build. That looks kind of fun. Just that's some Roy Mustang type vibe.
else is intended? This. Also,
I don't know who Radagon is.
this and this. My greatest enjoyment of this game, beyond the exploration, the richness of the graphics, and the scale of the world they made, has been abusing every mechanic I possibly can before it gets patched out. And so, inevitably, I have taken to abusing other players. You might call them humans. I call them people who use Moonveil unironically. And thus, I feel no remorse for any of my
Moonveil
actions.
unironically.
In summary, Elden Ring attracts many different responses. Some fillet the long shaft of FromSoft endlessly. Others hate it because of their own incompetence. Walking manifestations of a Dunning-Kruger effect, these people believe that failure is not their own and somehow inflicted upon them by the universe. You can't be bad at video games, as video games are merely a subject matter. No, that is a deficit in your cognitive ability, something that likely plagues you in every aspect of your life. In summary, if you're bad at video games, you're bad at life. You've got a huge brain and a low IQ. Your
Yep.
fate is to be a grunt in the New World Order. And then
Yep.
there's others, like me, who are quietly waking up to the fact that maybe we should have never dropped those bombs to begin with. I guess what I'm
Yep.
trying to say is Elden Scrolls 10 out of 10 garbage. I love it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. If you're interested in some merchant multiplayer, password Fug Hunt goes in all fields.
Fug
First 50
Hunt.
to invade get a 15% off their first month of FugHunters.com, the official sponsor of this video. And now, allow me to conclude
Fug
this
Hunt.
presentation with some calming visuals. Rest assured, most of the things seen here can no longer be afflicted on another human being. A warm thanks to the many members of a Merchants
Dang.
Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos.
Oh,
They're all
bankrolling.
truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Yeah. Get out of here with that shit, man. Yo, you don't know me and you don't know I'm going through, so fuck you and your lame ass point of view. That should have been my whole mission from the start. You putting it together, I tear it all apart. What? Gotta get mine, stepping through this minefield, and what's not mine
This is like if Knuckles could make music. Yeah,
becomes mine. You mine? That's the way I
Knuckles from Sonic.
gotta take it from the mans. Put a price up on the fans. I put let up in the stand. It doesn't matter who the target is. You know I'm gonna finish it once I get it started, kid. That's the way I gotta mark.
There's 2 bosses back in Lindale left in the underground area you gain access to from a teleporter. Oh, nice. Oh, alright. That means I would meet them eventually.
Marksman, mercenary, making all your hearts skip, and I can turn you into parts quick. Put you in a box and ship you off the yard 6. Where the non-believers go. The ones that started bleeding because they couldn't take the bleeding from the beating, yo. So you might want to shut your mouth before you end up in a pine box headed down south. Your mama brought you in, I'ma take you out. Send you down to hell, you can burn like out. I'ma make it clear, I won't leave a doubt. I told you why I'm here, it's my only route. So you can stick around because it's gonna be a thriller. In this world, ain't no other option for a killer. I just gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough.
Is this just a song? It is. It's a long ass song.
I for a price, just say so.
Oh, he has a lot of people supporting him.
Cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. If it means kill 'em all, then I won't say no.
He's on fire, dodge rolling, hurting the other person. That's funny.
Shit. You think I'm just gonna sit around and do nothing? Huh. They're fucking monsters out there, man. Somebody's gotta kill them. You can keep your justice, man.
Ooh.
I got my justice right here.
Ooh.
Cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash,
And people rage quitting.
gotta get the dough.
Dude, that name was Whispering Chicken.
Price, just say so. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta
All right, I get it. That was pretty funny. I appreciate Seth's humor 100%. I give that a like. That was pretty funny. Truly a flawless review. I agree. That was a good review. I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna creep down. Yeah, that's the pumpkin. The pumpkin heel Knuckles rap. Yeah. Knuckles B. Shout out to Knuckles. This is Knuckles. Yeah, shout out to Seth, bro. That was a pretty good review. He makes me want to do incantations so I can be like, yeah, faith build, yeah, faith build, yeah, faith build, yeah. Anyways, that's how it goes. Faith build, yeah, faith build, yeah. Should also check out more Seth catalogs at some point. Hey, definitely. Long as the game is interesting to me, or the videos seem interesting, I'll give it a go. I mean, it's like Donkey. Like, I don't like every game Donkey plays. Like, I'm not interested in everything Donkey plays, but I like Donkey's sense of I like his sense of wonderment. They did cast out the instant cast animation. Oh, RIP. Never mind. All right, well, that's the video. Thanks for watching. The motto. Tell someone you love them and appreciate them. And yeah, more videos coming in. Shout out to Seth and peace.